What's up, beautiful people? Today we're going to be checking out new emails show Biden colluded with Hunter Biden in business deals. Previously, we saw there were like 5,000 encrypted emails and people were curious what was contained in those emails. So I think it's been unraveled now. Let's see, I'm curious.
All right, tonight we have brand new details on how Joe, I never talked business with my son Biden, did talk about Hunter's business dealings and, as vice president, had his office involved. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer today demanding that the National Archives provide unredacted emails and documents related to the vice president's office colluding with the Biden family and their business associates. Here's one example. December 4th, 2015. Hunter's longtime business partner, Eric Schwerin, wrote to then VP Comms Director Kate Bedingfield, giving her quotes she could use from Hunter regarding his work with Burisma. She responded, VP signed off on this, and that she would provide a statement from Joe's office on Burisma as well. So, how could Joe Biden, who claims he's never spoken to his son about his business dealings, which we never believed, sign off on quotes about those dealings? Now, even the White House press corps thought something is fishy here today.
How do you respond to criticism that shows there was no wall between then Vice President Biden's work and his family's business dealings?
I understand the question. I appreciate the question. I get the question. I'm just going to let the White House counsel team answer that question.
Yeah, I bet she is. Joining me now, House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer. Congressman, you and I have suspected this all along. Something else, though, happened the same day the White House received that email. What was it?
Well, they had the meeting, and we've had testimony, and there's emails, there's more evidence of more meetings where Hunter was told that they needed to call Washington for help. We've had Devin Archer testify and say that. There's evidence that points that the Burisma executives were squeezing Hunter Biden to call Washington for help. So we know that Hunter Biden was communicating with the White House. This email that you just posted was one of many, and we believe there are more that the archives are sitting on, where the Hunter Biden legal team, the Hunter Biden PR people, the Hunter Biden's shady characters who were paying him were communicating through him to his father, back and forth. There was no wall between Joe Biden and his son, Hunter Biden, and his shady business dealings.
So the meeting among the Burisma executives happening, clearly they needed a lifeline of some sort or some type of reassurance. And it's your contention or supposition at this point that at that point, Hunter kicked in, got word through Schwerin to the comms director, comms staffer at the White House, and then she sought to reassure, saying, yes, the vice president has signed off on these quotes. That's what you're seeing so far.
Yeah, Hunter Biden has been in trouble for a long time. Burisma was a corrupt energy company. That's why Shokin, the Ukrainian prosecutor, was investigating them for the first place. Remember, Shokin even seized some assets from the owners of Burisma in other countries. This is a corrupt entity. The press was picking up on this, and the Biden, Hunter's legal team, Hunter's PR people, whoever they were communicating back and forth with Joe Biden, who was vice president, so they can be an official government position on this, an official government statement to the press corps, reassuring everyone that everything was fine and everything was on the up and up. This is further coordination between Hunter Biden and the federal government and Joe Biden. And remember, we believe there's coordination between the Department of Justice and the cover-up. There's two crimes here, the actual Biden corruption and then the cover-up. And all along the way, there have been people coordinating, people representing Hunter Biden, who were paying Hunter Biden, people who were representing him in court, people who were in trouble, just like Hunter Biden.
This is too deep. Like, it's too deep. Let me tell you, I'm not in America, but looking at this from the outside, it's not a good look for America. Like, it just feels like if this happened in the office or under the vice presidential office, it's a reflection of corruption. If this is indeed true, I'm saying, if this is indeed true, because I don't know for a fact. But if it is true, then it's not a good look, man. Like, see all this Department of Justice involved, the son, the father, lots of entanglement. The question is going to be, why wasn't this picked up? How many of this is already happening? How many is happening today? You know, how many happened prior? Like, a lot of questions to be asked here. It's, anyways.
For crimes. And they were communicating back and forth with our federal government to cover up this crime and to make sure that they could spin the false narrative.
Congressman, how deep could this go? Like, how many people were involved in covering this up so it wouldn't come out? Wouldn't come out during the Obama administration and toward the end of it. And it certainly wouldn't come out when Biden was running for president. I mean, how many people are we talking about, you think?
Well, let's start at the top. We know Merrick Garland has told the National Archives not to cooperate with us. We know that someone told the IRS whistleblowers to stand down. We know that just this week there were Secret Service agents who were working with us on trying to identify the people who tipped off the Biden legal team that the IRS was fixing to knock on the door. And our sources at the Secret Service say that Mayorkas called them to tell them to stop cooperating with Comer and the Oversight Committee. So Mayorkas and Merrick Garland are part of the cover-up. These are the two arguably highest-ranking people in the Biden administration.
Congressman, and about that fateful day we were discussing when that communication between Hunter's partner Schwerin and the White House comms director, didn't the vice president travel somewhere right after that? And where was that?
He traveled to Ukraine right after that. I mean, we're putting together the timeline. We've been able to get all of the wire transfers. We've got the correspondence. We've got sworn testimony. Now we're putting the timeline traveling where Joe Biden traveled. And you know, there's a pattern here, Laura. He did this in Romania. He did this in China. He did this in Ukraine. The three countries that have paid his family millions and millions of dollars that they can't account for. Never, not one time has anyone from the White House or anyone from representing Joe Biden said exactly what this family did to receive the money. I think we're starting to figure it out, especially with Ukraine. He went there to fire the prosecutor who was investigating his son for corruption.
And going for another $1 billion to Ukraine yesterday through Blinken. Congressman, thank you so much. Hey.
Wait, where was Obama when all this was happening? How come Obama never gets mentioned? Because the only reason I'm asking that question is somebody could say they are trying to implicate Biden, just like there's another discussion of how much they're trying to implicate Trump. They could say the Republican or the right side is trying to flip the script and implicate Biden just so it evens out. But if this was a thing, if this is actually indeed true, there's a big problem. Like, just besides this case, the problem is going to be like, how did it start? You know, how did people get so comfortable getting involved and all the plots and the different entanglements that occurred for that to be happening, not happened, to be happening consistently? Then a lot had to have gone wrong. Anyways, let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about that. It's very concerning. Very, very concerning. If this was a thing, it should have been investigated before Biden became president. Because now, happening right now, it's kind of like this is the president of America, especially other countries who are kind of say in opposition of American policies. When they see this thing happening to Biden, they are like, oh, we said it. You know, we said it about him. Or we're expecting this. Now it feels like the opposition is correct. It's the end of this video. Share your thoughts. Consider everything I said speculative. I don't, know for a fact. I'm not a lawyer or a judge. Don't know anything about the law. I never studied it. But you might know better, so feel free to share your thoughts. Talk to us in the comment section. That being said, is the end of this one. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
I made this bet on my own, bet on my own.